Mia's just a domestic dog, but she was out there with all the coyotes. She would disappear for days. She was gone. We don't know where she was at. The drones couldn't even find her.
For 17 days, a huge community effort using thermal drones and trail cameras was the only hope of bringing Mia home safely after she got lost in more than 3,000 acres of wilderness.
It's probably going to be a rock, but...
It was at the end of our walk one day after work. We were at the park. Mia got in between the other two dogs and the leashes got tangled, and so her leash dropped. That retractable leash followed her as she ran and made her run even faster and farther away from us because it was bouncing right behind her. It was starting to get to be dusk and the sun was starting to go down when we lost her. It was shocking to us, like, what is just happening? I literally ran across the field and down to try to catch her. My husband went, we had two other dogs with us, so he put those dogs in the car, tried to go a different way to see if we can track her down. We searched high and low for her in the park, thinking of where she might go.
Normally, we're going to see something that's red and kind of radiating for a live thing.
But the darkness and sheer size of the Glacial Park conservation area forced an agonizing pause for the night.
We were really devastated. We had to leave the park with her loose in it. The next morning, we came up early. Friends and family wanted to help. I have a niece that really is into social media. She actually connected with Mike Smith at SmithicAir. She found the drone. We got Michael Davis from Best Furry Friends, and he came out that day. He took his drone out, looked all day. At night, he looked, but we were looking at the last place that we located her. There was one section of the park we could not get from our location. So we asked the park rangers for permission to go up to the upper ledge where it had more radius to be able to see the north of the park. And that's where we found her. Her harness had reflection on it, so that's how we picked her up. It was awesome. We actually woke her up a little bit because I said, I want proof of life. I wanted to make sure she was still alive because she was just, laying there. So he woke her up with the drone, but at least she was walking, and we were very happy to see her and at least know where she's at. She was over 2,000 feet away. We were trying to bring her closer to an entrance place where we could try to lure her in.
I'd like to move her back into the field, but I don't want her to turn around. Hi. I'm trying to move you. Mia is about 10 feet from the end of that trail. We're about to get onto the the four-wheel track.
Maybe. She might not. She might come right down. She's going to be to your left, about 20 yards. And you can get your dog to go in that direction.
She is now on the track.
She's going to come right out by those turnaround tracks. The far ones from you, Donna.
Yep. They definitely can see each other now.
Yep. She's there.
Yeah, Frankie girl.
Okay, that's great.
How far is she, Mike, from Donna?
20 feet.
Oh, my. I can see her, so...
Yep, don't say anything. Don't talk. It's just us. No, got spooked again.
It was almost a success, but she took off when she saw me.
It was a heartbreaking realization. After days in the wild, the sweet family dog had fundamentally changed her mindset.
So that's when we found out that they go into the survival mode, so they don't even recognize their own pet parents, when this is going on. The first week, we didn't even work. My husband and I, we took off work. We were there all day, every day, looking, trying to find her.
I think she's out further in the field this way.
She's out further to the west of everything.
Which direction is she traveling from that point?
So she traveled west all the way to that point.
Once we found her location, we put up food stations. So we kept refilling those food stations twice a day and just being there.
Knowing chasing her would only push her further away, and with wild predators nearby, the team shifted tactics. They needed to anchor Mia to a safe spot.
And then I hope they can drive you right down to that area with the dog.
We had Illinois Lost Pets helping us track down the decision makers to be able to use a live trap, because if we were in a conservation park, she was out there with all the coyotes. We finally, by the end of the second week, got permission to do a live trap. By that time, we started to be able to track where she would go. I had my sweaters out there. I had taken, my dogs to and from the one food station to the new one. So she started coming to the closer food station for us, and that's where we decided to put the trap, because she was showing up there more regularly.
Do you remember me?
The camera showed that she was always sleeping on my sweaters right by there, so she was ready to come home. It was wonderful. Saturday morning, she went halfway and didn't go. We knew it would be another 24 hours before she would try again. Sunday morning, bright and early at 5 a.m., she went into the trap to eat, and we were able to catch her. So it was awesome.
But catching her was only step one. Bringing a dog out of survival mode takes patience and care to avoid further trauma.
There was a planned routine on putting a blanket over her. We carried it into the car. I sat with her in the back seat talking to her, came home. We actually opened up the garage door, brought the crate in the garage door, and then closed it, and then brought her into the house. From there, she's gonna be scared, and she was very scared, but she's doing great now. She stays with me all the time. She follows me everywhere. She doesn't like to go outside by herself, so I'm always with her, but she's getting braver, and we've been going back on walks. She loves to go on the walk. She wags her tails, and she's very happy. We would have not caught her if it was not for the help of Linda and the two Mikes. They had so much valuable experience and taught us a lot and what we should and shouldn't do. So this was for sure a Team Mia situation where it took a bunch of people to get her back home with us.